Hello, everybody. This is George with the Harmony Trading System coming to you from our office in Frisco, Texas. In lockdown. We are locked down here in Frisco, like just about every part of the country, and staying home and saving a life. Let's take a quick look at the market and our result for today's trading and what to look for in the coming week. Starting Sunday. When it came to NASDAQ, let's take a quick look. I posted, not today, but yesterday, in StockTwits, and you could subscribe to our StockTwit feed at Harmony Trading System, a commentary around 2:11, about 45, almost over 45 minutes before the market closed, that anybody that's going to be buying up at these levels that we were at is going to actually regret it, because this is more of a dead cat bounce than an actually substantive rally that's going to be lasting. So we talked about that about 2:11 on the 26th, and NASDAQ was, you could take a look here, and around these peaks between 78 to almost 7,900, and we were saying these prices are not sustainable. We should be looking for really, at a minimum, being flat and definitely not being long, and more short than long. And sure enough, the following day, the market started in with an inside day, and throughout the day we continued to sell into it. The market actually, toward the end of the day, it rallied a tad bit, and the last half an hour they sold it off to below 7,600. Now, if you watch a lot of the videos that we had earlier, we talked about the 7,600 being a critical level that the market needs to, if we're going to be long, we need to trade above it. If we are short, we need to trade below it. So we're trading under it. So looking forward to Sunday and into Monday. If the market gaps down, most likely the reaction to it is going to try to cover that gap. And as long as we trade under 7,600, then I'm looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. And if we gap up, I'm actually looking to short that, because I have resistant levels at 3 of them at 77.61. So I'm going to try to manage my risk against those 3 levels, or 3 attempts at that level. So that's going to be the approach when it comes to trading NASDAQ for the coming week. If we started to trade below 7,600, then our attempt at 7,400 is going to be a realistic assessment and a target. Then you're breaking into 72.95 and 7,200. Then we can test the bottom at 6,800 again. And we will be watching these levels for reversals, because a higher low at these levels is going to set us up for another run up. So if the market is serious about being short, then they need to break these levels below 6,800. So that's kind of the map, the mental map that I have for trading the market. Now, let's assume another scenario. We started to trade above 7,600, and all of a sudden we're trading above 7,800. Then the market is attempting to make a run to a whole number, and that one would be 8,000. So that would be a reasonable place for me to look for. In this quicksand type of market with that enhanced volatility, I'm not putting a lot of money on one idea, but I'm aware of all the different options and the different scenarios that the market can present, and I'm going to go ahead and be flexible and adjust to whatever the market throws at me. Below 7,600, I'm shorting. Above 7,600, if at the open we gap up, I'm going to short with a stop. And if we show strength, then I'm going to flip my orientation to long on a scalping basis with a target at 8,000. So that's the analysis on NQ. Let's take a look at ES. A lot of them are mimicking each other in many ways, but we can tell that the ES is actually a lot weaker than Nasdaq. It's just the magnitude of the move, the way it moved, and the fact that it's covering just about the whole candle from the prior day. 2562.5 is critical. A break below 2485 is going to lead to acceleration of the short pressure, and we have plenty of days ahead of us. I mean, we got end of Friday, we have a Saturday and a Sunday, and you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the count of the dead and infected could rise, and that could be a catalyst for the market to say, okay, well, we know all this, you know, stimulus stuff that's going on, but now the cases are 120,000 and we have, you know, 3,000 dead, and it's just people are going to be emotional about these numbers as they come, and you will get reactions to that. So a gap up is shortable. A gap down, you have to wait for the market to rally before you go short. Ultimately, stops are 26.19 definitely 2600. If we trade above that, we're looking to start looking at a market that could go to 2700. The probability of this market is more short than long. There's a whole lot more emotion still in this market, a lot more uncertainty, and a lot more worry and fear, and those typically win over when it comes to market behavior and action. So those are the strategies or the mental framework in which we are looking at the market. So first you have to look at the big picture. Then from there you start looking at, okay, you know, if I'm going to be more short than long, but I'm flexible and I'm listening to what the market is doing, then I'm going to sit here and then looking at the 20 NT Renko and the 12 NT Renko, I'm going to try to line both of them up on the same side, then try to take trades in that direction. As far as how we performed today, we've performed fairly well for the most part. This is how we ended up the trading day, around 3,500 trading. The majority of them are less than 5. We had one that was 9 contract, but beyond that, most of the trades that we had are 1 and 2, and we ended up getting 35.13 for the day. Not a bad performance, about average for this environment that we are trading. Okay, so stay safe, stay home, save a life. It is that serious out there. I know some people are saying, oh, you know, this is a flu, it looks like a flu. No, this is a lot more serious than the flu. And, you know, we all have, you know, parents and loved ones that we care about, and we want to keep them safe and healthy. So stay home, save a life, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Always trade in harmony, and have a blessed weekend.